It's been a month since the Taliban banned girls from secondary schools across most of Afghanistan, and women, except for those in the public health sector, haven't been allowed to return to work. The fear is they're being treated once again as second-class citizens under a hardline Taliban regime. The BBC has now obtained exclusive access to the former Women's Affairs Ministry in the capital, Kabul, that's now been replaced by the feared Taliban Vice and Virtue Ministry. Our correspondent Yogita Limaye has sent us this report.
At 17, her life, with all its possibilities, has been shut down. Before the Taliban took over, she would have been preparing for school along with her brother each morning. Now, Afghan girls face the biggest rollback in human rights in recent times.
خونی بسیار احساس بد است که ما 11 سال مکتب خواندیم، بی امنیتی که خصوصا چند سال آخر که بیخی امنیت نبود و ما بسیار مشکلات که یا باز خانه میاییم نمیاییم. پدر ما که معیوب است و بسیار سختی بر ما قلم کتابچه خریده باز ما در خانه بشینیم.
At the top of her class, she wanted to be a doctor.
همسنفی های میادم میایه استاد ما کتابای ما کل چیز میخواستیم داینده یک چیزی شویم زندگی خدا پیش ببریم که کلش در گذشته ماند و ما به تاریکی ها برگشتیم.
The family lives hand to mouth, and education was their path to a better future. Under an all-male Taliban regime, women are disappearing from public life. They haven't been allowed to return to work yet. Those who've marched to claim back their rights have been beaten. We met one of the protesters who was lashed with electric cables in Kabul.
بنابراین باید یک قشر این جیبه خود قربانی کنه. ما واقعا خود در خطر پرتیم چون ما افغانستان در دولت.
Till August, she supported her family of 6. Now, she's out of a job.
اما وقتی طرف اولادای میبینم بسیار دردآور است زندگی بره چون آینده اولادم بسیار تاریک و نامعلوم است و از اینکه خودم استقلالیت خود ندارم و از اینکه نمیتونم واقعا تحصیلی که کردم و آرزوها و آرمانهایی که داشتم.
The Taliban are keen to show they're more moderate than their last time in power. Their actions so far belie the claims. This used to be the Women's Affairs Ministry, which no longer exists under the Taliban government. It's been replaced by the Ministry of Vice and Virtue, which used to be the most feared section of the previous Taliban regime. What future do women have in an Afghanistan ruled by the Taliban? We're here to ask. It's hard to imagine Afghan women journalists would get to question the Taliban like this. Surrounded by their men, I asked a Taliban spokesman when girls could go back to school, women to work.
دا چې هغوی خپله نه ځي موږ خو څوک په زور نسو راکش کولی چې تاسو مکتب ته لاړ شئ په عموم کې موږ منع نه ده کړې ما مخکې وویل چې موږ پلان لرو چې په ټول هیواد کې دغه مکتبونه یا ښوونځي د جنکۍ پر مخ خلاص شي.
Your government, your leaders have said that women should not return to work right now because of the security situation. You've said the same thing about girls going to secondary schools. So it's not true that you have allowed them and they are not going.
هغوی په لومړی کې ونه شو کړلی چې دومره زر جنکۍ ته د مکتب ته تګ لاره برابره کړي بلکې کلونه یې واخیستل نو تاسو ولې په موږ باندې دومره اصرار کوئ چې یوازې یو څو ورځې وروسته موږ وکولی شو چې هغوی ته دا زمینه برابره کړو.
How much time don't you think the women and girls in your country deserve to know when they can go back to their education, when they can go back to their jobs?
څومره چې زر موږ کولی شو لار به ورته برابره کړو. نورو ادارو کې چې دوی حق جوړیږي او د دوی ته ضرورت وي په هغو ټولو ادارو کې به دوی کار کوي.
They're the future of Afghanistan, but half of this country's population has no place in it right now. Afghan girls are asking if the world will hold the Taliban to account. Yogita Limaye, BBC News, Kabul.